Okay. Page 14, we're still on section 1, theory of heat. Right from the start. Just 2 words, then a period. Do it, period. If you must report it to your supervisor, let customers know that you will do this right away and will get back to them immediately if possible. After listening to the customer and resolving any complaint to the extent possible, you should be ready to start the troubleshooting process. One of the best ways to handle an angry customer is to try to calm the customer down by taking on the responsibility yourself. Apologize and assure the customer that the problem will be fixed as soon as possible. Accept the responsibility and try to find answers to the customer's questions. If you are on a service call with a coworker, never argue in front of the customer with that coworker. If you and a coworker disagree on a topic, discuss the problem outside or in private, and then approach the customer together with a unified front. Arguing in front of a customer with a coworker ruins the customer's confidence, trust, and credibility in both workers and their company. Even if you and your coworker never come to an agreement, pretend that you have and tell the customer that you are looking at 2 possibilities for solving the problem and want to test both. No matter how the customer replies or what is said to you, never take the comments personally and cause a conflict. Always maintain your professionalism. Tell customers that they are valued and you will do your best to try and resolve the problem. Let them know that you, your coworker, and the company value their business. You may even have to admit in some situations that the company's excellent track record in customer service may have fallen short this time. Below is a summary of how to handle conflicts and arguments. Listen to customers and let them finish talking before replying. The customer must feel that the technician is competent. Never be critical of a customer, even in a joking manner. Be sympathetic, listen carefully, and try to determine why the customer is so upset. Do not take anything the customer says personally, and always avoid a conflict. Ask what you can do to resolve the problem. Try to calm the customer down by accepting the responsibility yourself and try to find an answer to the customer's questions. Never argue with a coworker in front of a customer. Always maintain your professionalism. Let customers know that they are valued and that you and your company value their business. The service call. After arriving and introducing yourself, it is important to ask as many questions as needed to have a clear understanding of the problem. These questions will help to assure the customer that you are capable of solving the problem. During the service procedure, you may need to talk with the customer to explain what you have found and to indicate the parts needed and possibly state the approximate costs if they may be higher than expected. If you must leave the job for any reason, tell the customer the reason and when you will return. You may need to go for parts or to another job emergency, but the customer needs to be informed. An informed customer is less likely to become angry or to complain. Keep the customer informed of all unusual circumstances. Double check all your work. Clean the work site when finished and protect the customer's property from damage. After the service work is completed, tell the customer what you found wrong. Indicate that it has been corrected and demonstrate when possible by turning the unit on while explaining how the problem was corrected. Customers deserve to know what they are paying for. All discussions should be in terms the customer will understand. Before leaving, give billing information to the customer. This should include a description of the work done and the costs. Listed next is a summary of how the technician should handle a service call. Politely introduce yourself. Politely ask questions of the customer to make sure you clearly understand the problem. Politely explain to the customer the problems fixed, parts needed, and the approximate cost of fixing the problem. Even if temporarily leaving the job site, inform the customer of a return time and a reason for leaving. Inform the customer of any unusual circumstances. Double check your work. Clean the worksite when finished. Protect the customer's property from damage. Explain to the customer how the problem was corrected. Before leaving, give billing information to the customer, including a work description and the costs. The technician as a salesperson. A good technician is also a good salesperson. All options to resolve a problem should be presented in an honest and fair manner. Most customers are honest about why they are calling your company. It makes no sense for them to lie, because your time is their money. The faster you can fix the problem, the less money it will cost them in most cases. A service technician should never lie about a service problem or the price of fixing the problem, even though customers may be disappointed with the truth. If they find out the service technician has lied about the problem, respect will be lost and satisfaction will not be gained. A customer will never be satisfied with a lie. An HVAC company will not be around very long if it is not truthful and ethical. With the truth, a customer always knows where he stands. Even though the truth may hurt at first because it's not what the customer wants to hear, it is a temporary situation. Provide estimates and work orders in writing. A customer is buying not only service or equipment, but also a solution to a problem. The customer may be offered an option not necessarily required, but should not be talked into it. The sale and installation of a new system is not always the best option for a customer. If a customer feels that he or she was talked into something that was not needed, there is a good chance that the transaction will end the relationship between the customer and the company. A company may have written recommendations for guiding the technician in presenting options. For instance, if a unit is X years old and the repair will cost X amount, a recommendation to replace the unit or system may be appropriate. In summary, what makes a good technician a good salesperson is the following. Present all problem-solving options honestly and fairly. Provide estimates and work orders in writing. Never talk the customer into something that is not needed. Written company guidelines should be followed by the technician in presenting service or installation options. Okay, that was a shorter one today. That's 2 pages, page 14 and 15. Thanks for tuning in.